Hello and welcome. In this video I'll be talking about hard water and soft water. So here are your learning objectives, which are taken from the WJEC spec. You'll be learning the causes of hardness in water and how to distinguish between hard and soft waters by their action with soap. There's differences between temporary and permanent hardness. The processes used to soften water, including boiling and adding sodium carbonate and ion exchange. The advantages and disadvantages of different methods of water softening and the explanation of how these methods work, and the health benefits of hard water and its negative effects. So here are some quick definitions for you. Hard water is water primarily containing high amounts of dissolved magnesium ions and calcium ions, and soft water is the opposite, water which primarily contains low amounts of dissolved magnesium ions and calcium ions, but also contains high amounts of sodium ions. Hard water can be caused by contact with rocks that contain calcium compounds such as limestone, or for example rainwater rolling down the hill, touching rocks into a river or something. So here are some quick advantages for hard water. Hard water contains calcium, which strengthens teeth and bones in children, which also helps prevent osteoporosis, which is a bone disease which can be developed. Hard water can also help reduce risk of heart disease. Here are some disadvantages of hard water. It can cause problems with plumbing in hot pipes, leaving deposit behind, clogging and blockages of the pipes. It can cause problems with appliances forming limescale in them, making them less efficient. So for example, kettles and dishwashers will not be able to clean as well. Soap is less effective in hard water because of the minerals, and it does not lather well, whereas soft water does. Therefore it's easier to clean yourself in soft water, as the soap can form bubbles and will be effective. So temporary and permanent hardness. Temporary hardness is caused by dissolved calcium hydrocarbonate, and permanent hardness is caused by dissolved calcium sulfate. So for temporary hard water, when it is heated to boiling point, the soluble calcium hydrocarbonate breaks down to form calcium carbonate, water and carbon dioxide, as shown in the equation below, and the insoluble calcium carbonate will form limescale. Permanent hardness is caused by dissolved calcium sulfate. Calcium sulfate does not break down when boiled, so permanent hardness cannot be removed by boiling the water. So methods to soften hard water. One method is distillation, which can be performed to evaporate the water and leave the mineral ions behind. Hard water can be softened by adding sodium carbonate or by passing the water through an ion exchange column, which we'll talk about in a bit. Sodium carbonate can soften water with either permanent or temporary hardness, which is a cheap method, but it also forms limescale, which is a problem for blocking and clogging up pipes, which will become a major issue. This works because sodium carbonate is soluble in water, so it adds the carbonate ions to the water, which then react with the dissolved calcium ions, forming a precipitate of calcium carbonate, as shown in the equation again. Here we go. So ion exchange columns can soften water with either permanent or temporary hardness as well. The hard water will pass through at the top, as you can see in the diagram. The calcium and magnesium ions will be removed by the resin, little balls of resin, which contain sodium ions, which are stuck to it. It's then transferred to the water, and the calcium ions transfer to the resin. So in effect they switch places. So ion exchange columns are convenient because they're good and they don't need to be replaced very often, but the downside is that they are quite expensive to replace.